Well, by now you all know I am going to the Goshen sale. Well, those of you who don't know, it's just after 12, and I am now at the Meadows parking lot. I'm going to go warm up White Tiger here in 40 minutes. So after this, I'm going to Scioto, and then I am going to I'm going to drive back to Buffalo. Just dawned on me, I'm going to guess Scioto to Buffalo is right around 4.5, 5 hours. So I don't know how far I'll get, but I'm going to try and drive back to Buffalo. Originally, I'd said, I'll just sleep in the car. But I don't want to do that. I want to have a shower. Even if I get a couple hours, I guess it's not the end of the world. But I do want to go over the Ohio sale. I'm going to Goshen tomorrow. We talked about Goshen. Now, the biggest sale of the year for us, Lexington and Harrisburg are giant sales, obviously, and they play a big role in the landscape of the stable in the following year. But knowing that our biggest jurisdiction, the one we've had the most luck in since really the inception of the stable, way back to bourbon and barley, has been Ohio. So we have the jug sale, the Ohio Selected Jug Sale. They have 248 horses. Now, I went through this sale, and I looked at, first off, all I can go by is the video. So, a little heads up. I don't believe there's any horses on either of these lists. I have 36 I started with that I liked. I whittled that down to about 13 I really, really like. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of horses when I get to the sale. Horses that I see other people pull out. Horses that I look and say, geez, that's a nice looking horse. And then I will build a case for that horse, given what it looks like on paper and what it looks like in front of me. I would much rather purchase a horse that looks great in front of me than a horse that looks great on paper, but so in front of you. I think that last step is the by far the most important one, that being the on-site inspection, so to speak. So I just happened to look, the last horse in the sale, I just broke and started jogging the My MVP filly, My Jazz. What a beautiful filly. She's got such a great attitude. I remembered so much why I like the My MVPs. The first day it was like Lima's son all over again. I'll always remember that horse, even though he only raced a couple of times for us and then injured himself. I'll always remember that horse because I know how talented he was. So, yeah. In this case, the last horse in the sale, the pedigree is not very strong. It would have to be one striking looking individual for me to be too excited about number 248 of My MVP. I see 5 dams right away. That's a giant exclamation mark. 5 dams. Anyway, it doesn't matter. 75, 1,000. There's some money and wins on here, but not really enough. Not enough to move the needle as far as we're speaking right now. Now, I don't want to go through the 36 because it'll take an hour. But I am going to go through the 13. I just added one on the list. I'll tell you why in a little bit. But keep in mind, if you didn't hear your horse, or like, for instance, I originally liked number 3, but I have small with a question mark written beside it. It's tough to tell in the video. Sometimes you look at the video and go, oh my God, that thing's a giant. And then you get there and it looks like somebody put it in a dryer. They just shrink. You know, they don't look... It's tough to tell with the video sometimes. Some people are very good at their job. And, you know, I had written small with a question mark beside number 3. So I'm interested in the My MVP filly, number 3, Herculesa. But at the same time, looks small to me on the video. It likely is. So I'm going to give you my 13 that I love right now. Now, keep in mind, there's a number of horses on this list over here, and I'm interested in all of them. All of these 36, inside of those 36 are the 13 that I like, that I have love written above, as far as looking at the catalog and video. If the horse didn't have a video, there's nothing I could go on. So there very well might be a lot of horses I like at the sale that I get to at the sale and look at the notes from my videos and say, the horse was small, or the horse didn't look like it was trotting great, or pacing great. They rarely pace, but or looking great in the field, and then I get to the sale and it's a knockout, well, that's different, right? I can only give you 5 days out, 6 days out what 6 days out what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go through the list. The first two are both Uncle Peter's. The first one is number 49. Number 49, Johnny Boy. This is an Uncle Peter Brown Colt, February 1st foal. Maximum Credit, 2-year-old Mark. Cantabulous Julie, 2-year-old Mark. Rocky's Wedding, 2-year-old Mark. So 4 previous foals, 3 winners. Of those 3 winners, those 3 horses all raced it at 2. Second dam, Marjorie Hall, 286 by Striking Sabra. Look down the third dam, another Lindy, 63, that's worth noting, 63 lifetime wins. And then if you're really picky and you want to go to the fourth dam, just a Hamiltonian winner there in Probe. So I'm interested in number 49, Johnny Boy. Lightly, a small family, this is the 5th foal, 4 previous foals. Of the 4 that are shown here, of the 4, there's 3 of them shown here. All 3 of them took 2-year-old lifetime marks. The first one, Maximum Credit, ended up with a mark of 155 on a 5/8 mile track, $304,968 made, to be exact, and he was a credit winner. So number 49, Johnny Boy. I like this video. I like him. You got to jump all the way up to number 83. So I was pretty critical when I was looking at the videos and looking at the catalog. I'm much more liberal when I get to the track. When I get to the sale, see the horses out. I'm going down a full day early. We're gonna do our videos and get everything done so you guys can look at them. I don't know if we'll get all the videos done. There is one little hiccup. I have to go qualify Susie K in Northfield Thursday morning. That puts me at the sale around 2. And they said, Jason told me the viewing show day, he's right, show day viewing 4 to 6 p.m. at night. So they're going to be going there all night. So if we get there at 2, we should get a number of videos done. We'll definitely should be able to get through these 13 and any other ones that kind of catch my eye also. So we'll go next to number 85. This was pretty much a no-brainer. Looking at the video, yes. And then if you look in the first dam, there's a Muscle Massive colt here that made $330,000, was exported to Europe with a mark of 53-3. His name is Lawmaker. Lawmaker's Brothers here. He's by Full Count. Now, Full Count is a little known sire, but he does have some horses he threw, some good horses. I would say, as far as Ohio goes, he's a sire that's definitely known in Ohio. So when you look at the video of this horse, he looks like a twin of Lawmaker. It looks like you shot Lawmaker running down the field, and it was his brother, his yearling brother. Looks like a big boy, but again, maybe he's not as big as I think, but he looked like a big boy in the video. 85 declared lawful, obviously a horse we're very, very interested in. Number 107. Now, a lot of you have maybe not seen the videos yet, but we went with, I don't know if we posted them. I asked Kelly. Anyway, the Southwind Spirit colt that I bought, I love getting emails. We have so many analytical people in the group that I also always get these tidbits from people. You know, this one's the sister is also the mare of this one, and the analytics that some people have in regards to some of the horses we brought and some of the insight they can bring to those horses is really incredible. I bought the colt because he was a good-looking colt. This is Can't Deny My Spirit, the colt that we had purchased in the Delaware sale. Broke great, just a gentleman on the track. You know, he makes his presence known in the barn, squealing and acting up, and he might want to keep that down. But on the track, just an absolute gentleman. He looks like he's been going for months and months. Beautiful horse, and he is by Southwind Spirit, who is a Muscle Hill. Southwind Spirit made a lot of money at 2, and it looked like he got injured, and they bred him to, they took him to Ohio. Now, I love the Southwind Spirit we have. Number 107. Did I get to 107 yet? Yeah. Number 107. Very Smart. This is a colt by Southwind Spirit out of a sister to First Foal, out of a sister to Cadabra. Pretty good breeding. Video looked good on this colt also, and I was very, very happy with what I saw. So I'm very, especially even more now that I got a real good look at a Southwind Spirit, really interested in this colt. 108 make it 2? Yeah, number 108, a Racing Hill. Now, we also had a Racing Hill that we broke. That's that red is the new gray, or gray is the new red, or whatever the hell that name is. that filly by Racing Hill, and she is a knockout. Nice low head, big, long, lofty, beautiful gait on her. So again, we're going to be looking at the Racing Hills. This is a Racing Hill out of Bold and Brash, Hanover. Now, this is the mother of That's My Opinion. I remember right when Scott Zeron was moving away, I was racing Bugger Bruiser, I think, for Carmen, and That's My Opinion was highly touted. Now, he ends up with 294,025 wins right now, a mark of 53 as a 2-year-old, 49-1 as an aged horse, a nice horse, but I know he never did get to what they thought he was going to be. They had high expectations for this boy. The second dam of hip number 108 is the dam of Big Jim. Big Jim, an accomplished sire and a world champion, a very, very nice horse. So some good blood right here in hip number 108, both the first and especially the second dam. Hip number 115. 115 also is a Well Said. This is a brother to a filly that I raced against just once with Bourbon and Barley, and her name was Zoe Allison. Zoe Allison was a very, very good mare here. Santana Blue Chip filly, won tons of races in Ohio, 381,000 made, mark of 152 and a 5/8. She took a mark of 54-4 as a 2-year-old and was one of the divisional leaders that year, if not the divisional leader. I can't remember completely, but definitely one of, if not the divisional leader. Second dam is Bettor's Edge, world champion. You could talk about this guy all day long. $2.185 million made, a mark of 48-1. Bettor's Edge was a monster. And right down there below him in the third dam, Cactus Creek. Cactus Creek, 660,000 made, a mark of 53 wins, a mark of 150 flat on a 5/8. Lots and lots to talk about in this family. This is a filly, a sister to Zoe Allison, and her name is Converse, an Ohio bred sent out by Sugar Valley Farms, hip number 115. 135 is, let's get to 135. 135 is an Uncle Peter filly. I really, really liked the way this filly moved in her video. Miss Marengo? Hope I said that right. Merengue. Oh, Marengo. What the hell's wrong with me? Miss Merengue. This, I know why, because the guy that called me better called her that. This filly, somebody called me about today, said they were very interested in her. Pretty hard not to be. This is a first foal out of a sister to Prestidigitator and Illusionista. This is Miss Merengue. She's a filly, an Uncle Peter filly. Yes, I'm still very high on Uncle Peter's. And number 135, pretty high on my list. Number 140, also an Uncle Peter, I believe. The next one's funny. Number 140 is a filly. Now, size with a big question mark for a number of reasons. In this sale is also, I knew that wasn't him. In this sale is a Triumphant Caviar brother to Crazy Mission. Not a real big deal. Crazy Mission's got 1 billion siblings. This right here is a second foal out of a mare, Venetian by Muscles Yankee. That is, I guess, the mare is a sister to Crazy Mission, but more importantly, a sister to Define the World by Uncle Peter. I am a little curious about her size. Obviously, Crazy Mission, his biggest hurdle that he couldn't get over is obviously he was small. So, important to see how big this filly is. If she's a good-sized filly, I'd be very interested in number 140, Kratos. Still, we know the family. Define the World's in the second dam. Sirocco Spurs in the third dam. Just lots of talent all throughout the family. I am interested to see, this is a young mare. I am interested to see how big Kratos is, number 140. She's a good-sized filly. I'm interested. Number 151 is a Rockin' Amadeus. That's right, I said Rockin' Amadeus. The reason being, I drove a horse, first horse I was favorite in the Gold Cup and Saucer with years ago, 5-6 years ago, was a horse named Fire on the Water. I raced him in Cleveland, in the Cleveland Classic? No, the pacing one. Battle of Lake Erie is what it was, I think. I drove that horse in there against Burke's good horse at the time. He wasn't the best horse ever then. He was just the best horse on the planet at the time. And I think I was third or fourth. Raced really, really well. So this is a Rockin' Amadeus colt at a section line Yankee. Herself, this mare, took a mark of 150 and 2 on a 5/8, 350,000 made. Lots of money made and lots of races won. 32nd in the Jughead elimination. Good for her. So that was section line Yankee. She's had 2 previous foals. They're both winners. Both of them in 55. Both of them took 2-year-old marks. Final offer, 155 on a half-mile track as a 2-year-old. Well L, 153 and 3 as a 2-year-old. Well said, filly. This is a Rockin' Amadeus colt. Very interested in this horse for a number of reasons. Definitely Fire in the Water adds an interesting story to him. And his mother was Aquatic Yankee, was a world champion. She made 750,000. So the 2 first mares, both mares, between the 2 mares, made $1.1 million. 150 and 150 on both of them. Okay, that's enough of that. You need to be gone. Rockin' Amadeus colt. Go Cavs. Cool Wind Farms. Definitely a horse I'm interested in. All the way over to 192. You guys are going to be interested in the next 2 picks I have. Next 2 picks are both by And Away We Go. You guys may remember And Away We Go was the sire of a horse we had really high hopes for about 2 years ago. Wind Chaser was his name. Wind Chaser was one of the leaders here in Ohio that year trotting. Was really, really nice colt. And then sprung a leak and started bleeding at 3. We couldn't get him under control. We had to sell him. But I doubt that has anything to do with the sire or the mare. I think it was just the situation he was in, I guess. But And Away We Go, just throwing some really nice horses. One that I bid on at the Ohio sale, but I did not get the last one, the Delaware sale. So the next 2 choices I have are both by And Away We Go from Winterwood Farm, number 192. We go for the front. Oh, Lord, we go for the front. It's too bad I like to race all the horses from Off the Pace. This would have been a great name for me. Anyway, this is a mare with 4 previous foals, 3 winners. 1 of them in 55, 2 of them in 57. Chelsea's a winner, took a 2-year-old mark, 201, and then took a lifetime mark of 54 and 2 by Big Rigs, 22 lifetime wins. Stone in Love, 2-year-old mark, 159 and 2, 123,000 made by Wishing Stone. And Party Up Front, 2-year-old mark, 35,000 made by Big Rigs. The Wishing Stone son, Keno King, he's racing it too. This is a 2-year-old racing family by And Away We Go. The second dam is Backstreet Hanover. She just made 608,000, mark of 53. And then the 4th dam is Beeline. We just bought a horse. I think Beeline's family is the Southwind Spirit colt we bought, if I'm not mistaken. I bid on or purchased a horse with the same bottom end of the family in the last sale. This is 192, a colt. Great video. His name is We Go for the Front. Number 194, another, as I said, another And Away We Go colt from Rose Run Farms. Good Sound Advice. I raced against that horse. Jesse James had that horse. Raced against that horse for quite a while. 11 wins, 319,000 made. That's no. Negative. The second dam of this horse, Old Blood here. The second dam is a dam of Good Times. Wow. 1999 Horse of the Year. But I wonder what year it was when he was racing against all the top 3-year-olds. That was a long time ago. Anyway, lots of Old Blood here. Again, this is 7 foals. 7 foals in the top end, so this is the 8th foal. Not the end of the world. Some Good Blood here. Good Sound Advice. Good Common Sense. And then in the second dam, Good Times, 194. Love the video. Want to take a look at the horse. This is an And Away We Go colt from Rose Run Farms, number 194. Rose Run Wheeler. And then we have 225. I added this one to the list for obvious reasons. We've had both of the ones out of this foal. Bourbon and Barley and Emerald Miss. Both took 2 lifetime marks at 2. Bourbon and Barley's now going to mark a 52 and 3, 291,000 made. And Emerald Miss, obviously you remember her. She's going to mark a 56 and 4 that I won with her. That was a We Will See filly. Love this family. They're all tough. Emerald Miss just needed to grow up a bit. She was sore a little bit. This is a Western Vintage. I know Western Vintage is throwing some nice horses. I personally haven't had any. Don't think I've driven any either, but Western Vintage had a decent run in Ohio. This is a filly. Again, this is the third filly. It's only been 3 in the family. Bourbon and Barley was a Charlie Barley. Next one was a We Will See. If you believe that this is progression, this is a filly we should be looking at. Number 225 from Abbey Stables. The sister to both of the fillies we had. Her name is Finesse. It's more like it. And 244 is the 13th one on my must-see list when I get to Ohio. This is a Racing Hill. Oh, this is why. A Racing Hill colt out of a young family. Her name is Gimme a Little Sugar. She was a Real Desire mare. 3 previous living foals, 2 winners. One was a Yankee Cruiser, took a mark of 55 as a 2-year-old, 52 as a 3-year-old, 112,000 made, 13 lifetime wins. The next one was again a Yankee Cruiser. Took a 2-year-old mark, 154 and 4. Took a mark of 154 and 2 after that. And the second dam is the dam of Sweet Lou. This is a Racing Hill Bay Colt, number 244, heading up towards the end of the sale. His name is Pacing Hill. So that's my I want to see these horses immediately list. I do have another 25 over here that I want to take a look at also. Some of them were really interesting. Some of them, either I cut them off my love list because their videos weren't that captivating, or maybe they didn't have a video. So at the end of the day, I'm going to take a look at these 13 as soon as I get to the sale. Probably do videos on all 13 of them for you. Then we're going to start walking around and taking a look at what everybody else is looking at, because that's what we like to do from time to time. It isn't so much what I like, maybe it's what everybody else likes also. So anyway, that's my first Ohio list video. I'm going to be reaching out to a number of clients. I've already had a ton of clients that reached out to me and said, hey Anthony, can you look at this horse? Can you look at that horse? I'm willing to put in X amount of dollars. I'm looking for 20% or 3% or 10% of a couple of New York or a couple of Ohio trotting colts or fillies. What about the Racing Hills? What do you think about that? I've been fielding emails all day, today and yesterday, about this sale. So this is our first official video about the Ohio Jug sale. I just brought you 13 hip numbers that I'm going to look at as soon as I land in Ohio at the sale next week. There'll likely be a number more make the list. I'm at 13 with exactly 38, I think, 36, 38 on the left side of the column that I'm interested in, but who knows when I get there, we start having a look at all the horses in the sale. Keep in mind, this is, as I said to somebody today, the butter on our bread. It has been our strongest jurisdiction since we opened our doors. I have no reason to believe it won't continue to be that way. I've always said, and I'll say it again this year, I think it is one of the last jurisdictions where you can buy anything and it can become anything. And I love the Ohio program. We've done very, very good here, and I expect to play a major role in the future right here in Ohio. So if you guys want to be a part of that with us, you want to continue on this tradition of buying horses in Ohio, hopefully doing well in Ohio, this is the starting point. Yes, we got some Ohio breds last week, but the Ohio Jug sale, the select sale, this is where the meat of our order is purchased from most every year, at least for the last 3 years. So that's it. That's 23 minutes of the Ohio sale. Still got a lot to talk about. I got the opening done. I got the Ohio sale done, the portion of the sale done. Now we just have to look into talking about the babies we have, what they're up to, when they're going to be out in the field for the fall, when they'll come back in, what we expect from them maybe in 2020. Maybe a little fortune teller stuff, but there are a couple of horses that I will mention in the other video I got some real high hopes for. So that's the video portion of the Ohio sale for this weekend. Obviously, it'll be the last video you get, at least in the weekend format, in regards to the sale. Next week, next Thursday, I hope to be bringing you a number of videos you can look at for the sale on Friday, and we will be there in full force. Talk to you guys soon.